What is up, everyone? Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Our Rick Reviews is back. This time, in order to save myself some time, we're going to do a double review. Now, today's review is going to be over GTS Giant Sack of Heat and GTS Battleballs. Now, I would, of course, do these separately, but since, they're both made by Grimm, I decided, since I didn't review both of them, I might as well review them now and, get them both out of the way. So, I'm going to click on the first video, Giant Sack of Heat. No, don't listen to any of that. Don't listen to any of that. Alright, so, we're not going to waste any time. First match, Falaba versus Robbie E. Battle of TNA. All I gotta say about this match is Falaba won, and thank God for it, because fuck Robbie E. In his I'm sorry, I forget the card a little bit here, so... Oh yeah, it was Manabo versus Grimm, and after the match, if Manabo loses, the Doom Crew have to defend the tag titles as soon as the match is over. And of course, Grimm won, after some sweet heel wipe ass. And then, the people we put him up against is not Monsters Asylum. It's fucking Kurt Bale and Hollywood Hooligan. And thanks to heel wife, they retain. They lose. Next match was the winner Bees the Boss match. It's Landscaper and Tony Emerald. The winner is the boss of Parking Lot. It was amazing, and there was like this huge ladder spot at the end where Tony Emerald gave Lance I think it was an attitude adjustment off the ladder through a double stack of tables. Tony Emerald's the boss. Something that shocked me was that Joe Wolf beat Kirby in the bull. I thought Joe Wolf was going to lose this match, to be honest. I mean, they were going to pull a Virgil and $1 Million Man thing, but then I was going to say that's how you book him, and he looked really good in the match, but then they proceed to do the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. They job Joe Wolf out in 20 seconds to Kid Christian. No disrespect to Kid Christian. I do want him to be a champion. Kid Christian is one of the most talented guys on GTS at the moment. He does deserve the Intercontinental Championship. But here's the issue. If Kid Christian had beat Joe in a good, long match that made them both look good, I'd have no problem. But no. Seems like Grimm just wants to job Joe Wolf out at every turn, make him look weak. It's shit. I'm still angry about it. You're never gonna see that from Joe Wolf in RCCW. After that, Jordan Oliver comes out, and I guess it's an IC title match, and Oliver and Kid actually have a fantastic match at this. It was just beautiful. But Kid Christian, of course, retains, because, stuff. JJ Adams and the Prodigy. This match is what the hardcore division is all about. These two went to absolute war. This match gave me a new respect for the Prodigy, and he's got a nice banging ass finisher too, like this tilt-a-whirl like this gut wrench DDT thing. I don't know what it is. But JJ retains by the middle rope DDT. Congratulations, JJ. Oh, okay, yeah. And then we had, of course, El Jefe Rojo was in a title match. Apparently, Bonifer farted on the Mark's pillow. GTS immaturity at its finest, folks. And you got Pink Eye and yada. Soda Pop Smith was a replacement. And I'm currently getting a call. I'm going to have to cancel that. But at the very least, Soda Pop did win, but he looked weak throughout the match. Like, why? What the fuck? The entire match was dominated by Rojo, and then he loses when he gets hit in the gut with a gun. And they had this whole stupid thing with the gun, like Soda Pop had an actual, oh, he's got a real gun. We know it's a fake gun. It's a fake AK-47. And, but the next match was quite the shocker. Jimmy Controversy beats Cletus for the GTS title. That was a shocker. I was not expecting that. But my problem with this match is this. It was too short. The match, I felt, was just too short. It honestly could have gone on a bit longer. Excuse me. To build both Cletus and Jimmy up as capable world champions. That's just my opinion. Oh yeah, and Cletus also showed him respect. And then finally, the main event. TJ Marconi, who invaded RCCW, and yeah, he's in RCCW now. And people were pissed about what he did to Lincoln. Breaking kayfabe here. I did not expect people to be so pissed off at Marconi for screwing Lincoln over. Wow. That was some crazy stuff. I did not expect that, actually. But TJ Marconi has defended against the entire GTS roster, and he dominated the entire roster. TJ Marconi, then, it's all left to Tony Emerald and Grimm. But then Jay Evans comes out, and Tony, Grimm, and Jay all triple team TJ Marconi, get him out, and then, of course, Grimm throws Jay and Tony out. But there was a catch. At this point, TJ had put the title under 24/7 rules, and he let DX pin him. And DX was the champion. But then Tony Emerald gives him the stunner, pins him, and becomes the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Champion. That was amazing. That was easily the highlight of the night. Tony Emerald becomes YouTube champion. And boy, oh boy, am I happy about it. But then, of course, Grimm says, "Oh, I'm going to see you at Battleballs." It should have been Jay. It should have been Jay. And Tony and Jay did face off at a free preview, but I'm not going to review that because, quite frankly, it was shit. No doubt about it. It was shit. Absolute shit. I did not like it. It was not... Had that been something I had to pay for, I would have been begging for my money back. Because, honestly, Saturday night's great event was not exactly a great event. I'm not even going to bother reviewing it, so don't worry about it. And then, we come to GTS Battleballs. And, this one has 11 matches. So all in all, we're doing 21 matches. And here we go. The first match on the card was Grimm versus Tony. And honestly, it's glad to see Grimm not in the main event for once. Tony Grimm had an excellent match, actually. Grimm did like a sunset flip over Tony. It was actually really amazing. But at the end, Nunzio, who was revealed as Jeff Testicles, Nunzio screwed Grimm over and helped Tony and Emerald retain. And Grimm made the challenge to Nunzio for Sucker Slam. And if that main event Sucker Slam, I'm going to kill myself. Because honest to God... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I should not have said that. I'm very sorry. I didn't tell anyone... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I even said that. Just ignore what I said there. If Tony Emerald and if Grimm is the main event of Sucker Slam along with Nunzio, then there's gonna be no point in watching Sucker Slam because that'd be like Lesnar versus Orton. But who knows? I can put on a good match. But at least that keeps Grimm out of the world title picture. Thank God. Next is Robbie E versus Falaba again in a Balls Count Anywhere match. The rules of this match were you have to get a ball, hold the opponent down with a ball to get the pin. It was purely a comedy match. Like Robbie tried to run over Fala, and Fala was like holding the car, and then for some reason this Rob Taraj or whatever, Wampus and Dalton screw over Falaba. Like, fuck Robbie E, dude. I don't like the guy. I'm glad. Status quo. If you're listening to this, you're an awesome guy. You released Robbie E. And you know what else? He released Kane and Robbie E. I hate those two. And you know what he did? He hired back Attack Slug. again, because apparently Attack Slug has been released a couple times. So thank you, Status, you beautiful, sexy man. Next we have the Doom Crew Open Challenge. And I half expected Monsters Asylum to answer this, but they didn't. But the team itself wasn't disappointing, per se. It was actually kind of funny. It was Grimmy Controversy, Jimmy and Grim. The match was decent, and it made Jimmy look really good. Like, Grim was getting dominated by Manabo and Oliver. Jimmy tagged in, he was taking them both out. But Grim tags back in, Dollcat comes out, Manabo rolls him up, and, you know, that happens, and I'm happy that Doom Crew, because Doom Crew for life. Next was Bale versus Hooligan for the loser belt loser title. Well, my honest opinion, these two shouldn't be the loser belt loser at all. Hollywood Hooligan's a really talented guy, and Kurt Bale, honestly, he was dealt a bad hand. He's being dealt a bad hand. I mean, not only is he stuck with a shitty finisher like the Overdrive, but, you know, he's getting put in matches with jobbers like Dalton. This match actually was it was easily, like they said in the video, the best for the loser belt. But then that imbecile Dalton comes out, says you can't have a loser belt loser match without Dalton, proceeds to get double super kicked in the face, and gets loser belt loser title match. So effectively this match was kind of pointless, because all it ended was Dalton getting a loser belt loser title back. But so better than one of those actually talented guys. Up next was Oliver Jordan versus two other no-names for a playset. This is Grimm's Toy Show immaturity, folks, at its finest. Yeah, over a toy set. We're gonna have a match over a toy set. The three put on actually a really good match. The premise was stupid, but the match was excellent. And I liked it. And, you know, Galindo's new Galindo, anyone remember Galindo? Yeah, me neither. Can anyone believe he was GTS champion? Yeah, me neither. At least VGW put on a better match than... At least VGW at least made him look like a credible champion and put on a better match than what actually happened between him and Jay. My god, that was horrible. But thank God Galindo's not going to be in 2K17 status. That's one smart move. And sorry about the repeating match, but this is all the footage I have. But yeah, Galindo had a new gimmick, I guess. And he lost Oliver Jordan, who won the playset. And, you know, Oliver Jordan, he deserves the championship. You know, I thought he called me a pussy on Twitter after I said maybe he shouldn't get the championship. He didn't. He said a tiger was going to come eat me. And I said, no, I'm going to taste disgusting! But yeah, Oliver Jordan, somebody who could probably join our CW one day along with Kid Christian? Who knows? Stay tuned. Up next was the hardcore match. Now, on an episode of GTS, Kirby actually won the hardcore title in a scramble match. And he was defending here tonight. This match, of course, was hardcore. And a lot of the hardcore matches are either comedy or they're really hardcore good matches. This one was the hardcore match. It was the hardcore category. It was a really good match. You know, and Prodigy did a cool spot when he put the ladder on his head, did a helicopter spin, but Kirby in the end did retain thanks to his finisher, I guess, the Soul Stealer. Lol. Next was Jay versus Tommy. Tommy Salami at the Saturday Night's Great Event. The only good thing about that show was the Tony Emerald J match and Tommy Salami's return, because Tommy Salami's a great heel. Tommy came back, he brought the World Heavyweight Championship with him, calls it the All for Tommy Championship. And yeah, Jay versus Tommy faced off in a pole match. Yes, in a pole match. But honestly, it was not that bad of a match. I mean, both guys, if anything, it went on a little short. It could have been a little better, but it wasn't horrible. I mean, I'd watch that over Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. But predictably, Tommy Salami does retain the call for Tommy Championship when he kicks Jay off the ladder and wins. And honestly, it was predictable because Kami Salami had been out, and he needed a win, a pay-per-view win to get back on track. Honestly, I hope Jake can get back on track. Hopefully, he's the one who faces Tony Emerald at Suck a Slam. Next is Bonifer versus Cletus and Jimmy. It wasn't a very good match. Too short and too clustered. But then there was some fan who came in and got stunned by Cletus. And honestly, this match was just a clusterfuck. Like, Jimmy already cashed in his rematch clause. Why did he get another shot? I mean, I like Jimmy, but honestly, like, that's 2 pay-per-views in a row. The GTS Championship has been a short-ass match. Hopefully at Suck a Slam we get a longer and better match. And this matchup right here pissed me off. Okay, hold up. Rojo versus the Mark for the U.S. Championship. At first, this Rojo, which was obviously a fake Rojo, came out and posed as Rojo. But then, as the Mark was choking him out, Doo-Hop came back and then dragged the guy backstage, and then he put the mask on. Why? Why must you taunt and lie to us, Grim? That was a blatant lie. Yeah, Doo-Hop returned for 5 seconds, for like a minute. Not even a minute. 45 seconds Doo-Hop was back. And then you put him back in that mask and have him proceed to squash the Mark. Get this through your head. That mask is hated. I hate that mask with a passion. Why do you think Doo-Hop is in RCCW and not Rojo? Why do you think on MVR, Rojo got the shit kicked out of him by Lincoln Loud? Spoiler there. Lincoln tased him in the face, ripped that mask off, punched him to a bloody pulp. Rojo's out. Fuck Rojo. I don't get why you just can't give the... Why can't you have both... Be like VGW. Have them both on the show. You can have Doo-Hop and Rojo, like VGW did. Because unlike Grim, VGW listens to his fans. Status Quo is a brilliant mind. When Rojo arrived, Doo-Hop was still there. And on a recent episode after this, he's like, oh, I'm not taking the mask off. How big of an asshole are you, dude? Like, the fans are saying, we want Doo-Hop back. We hate the mask. Like, maybe it's Grim, the script, you know, yada, yada, yada. Or maybe it's just Doo-Hop. But honestly, in storyline, how much of an asshole does that make Rojo look like? The only genuine member of DF that was cool, besides the Wampus, I love the Wampus, even though he has his moments. He does have his moments, and so did Kamikaze too. Jimmy, Kamikaze, and Wampus all have their moments. And I like Lance. Just, as a face, I don't think... A lot of these faces in DF are just... Blech. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Honestly, you're just shoving Rojo down our throats for a 5-time U.S. Championship. Doo-Hop in VGW, I think it's like a 3-time GTS United States. If it were Doo-Hop coming back, Doo-Hop officially coming back, and taking the U.S. title, I would not have been complaining. Because I'm a fucking mark for Doo-Hop. I love Doo-Hop. I love Doo-Hop. Why do you think I don't have Rojo? Because I hate Rojo. And I hate... You know what I hate more than Rojo? I hate the smart-ass fans in the comments who say, oh, Rojo, Doo-Hop is Rojo. You don't think, dipshit? You don't think I know that? These people think they're so smart saying, oh, Rojo is Doo-Hop. We fucking know, you morons. It's obvious. We want the gimmick Doo-Hop back, you stupid mother... I swear, these smart-ass fans think they're so smart. They think they're being so clever. They're not. They're being a bunch of assholes. Grim's fans... Sorry about that weird noise, but... Then, we had Joel for Smack Castle for the, $1 Million Championship, and... Grim, what the... What is wrong with making Joe look at, giving him some good wins and making him look properly good? You put the guy in a Power Ranger suit, have him lose to Matt Castle and slip on his way out. What is wrong with the fact you can't make the guy look good? The guy was terrific when he was the hardcore Joe Wolf. You just can't make him look good. You just can't make him a decent, make him look strong because he's small. Really? You can't do that? Did you not see CCW Invasion Night? Joe Wolf beat Owen, a guy 4 times his size in height and weight. Owen was beat by Joe Wolf by submission. I actually make Joe Wolf look good. You don't. You make him look like a joke. I swear. Sometimes Grimm's booking a lot of time is bull. It's got stupid concepts. It's got stupid results. But besides that, the main event was actually freaking terrific. It was Kid Christian versus JJ Adams for the Intercontinental Championship. It was just a freaking phenomenal match. I loved this match. It was easily the match of the night because honestly, the other matches were nothing spectacular. Well, I mean, a couple of them. They put on a clinic. They worked so well together, and it was amazing. And Kid Christian did retain, but then this big dude who now I know is named the Metalhead Monster, I think is what they call him in GTS. The Metalhead Monster shows up, beats the snot out of Kid Christian, and that ends the pay-per-view. So it was a decent pay-per-view, just with some bad results. Honestly, I've got a little time left, so I'll talk about some problems. Let's do match of the night for Battleballs. Battleballs, I'm gonna say the matches of the night were easily Bale and Hooligan, Oliver and the 2 other guys, and JJ and KC. All of their matches were either unimpressive or shit. Well, not unimpressive. I mean, Doom Crew Open Challenge was decent. It wasn't like a horror. I mean, it made Jimmy look great. That's what I want. And Tony and Grimm was not actually that bad. It was actually quite a decent match. But all the other ones were just kind of meh. Well, no, the hardcore match was also actually really good as well. So, other than that, oh my, I keep fucking up. Some matches were good, some matches were decent, and some were just complete shit. Rojo and Mark, Joe and Matt. I mean, no disrespect to Matt Castle. I love Matt Castle. Why do you think he's in RCCW? A future champion. But, yeah. That's just the review of Battle. That's Battleballs and, Battleballs and Giant Sack of Heat. And a match of the night for Giant Sack of Heat was probably Tony and Lance, Oliver and Kid, JJ and Prodigy, and the Battle Royale for the mere fact of the swerve. So yeah, that's my a double review of GTS. Hope this wasn't clustered. Hope it's all right. Now I want to talk about something. And I'm going to forewarn you of something, is this. Rojo will never be in RCCW. In fact, the only time you will ever see El Jefe Rojo in RCCW is probably in an April Fool's episode. Fair warning. And even then I might not add him. That's how much I detest Rojo. I don't hate Rojo as the person, because that is Doo-Hop under there. And I am in love with Doo-Hop is my man. I love Doo-Hop. Doo-Hop is great. But the fact that Grimm wants to say that, he does care about his fans. I can tell, but the problem is you don't listen to your fans. Alright? Yeah, recently you've been booking yourself on a losing streak. You shouldn't be doing that, because you don't want to make yourself look bad. But if it's to put over new stars, absolutely. I mean, but how about this? Book yourself against someone who no one cares about. Like, I don't know, Dalton. I don't like Dalton. Go ahead and put yourself over him. Not the Prodigy. I think we should push the Prodigy, people. Push the Prodigy. I actually like Prodigy. He's not that bad he's actually a really good wrestler. I love the coast to coast move that he does. The loaf to loaf. That's actually kind of funny. Loaf to loaf is kind of funny, but I digress. Put yourself over someone nobody really cares about. Also, this masked warrior guy. People speculating in the comments. It's not Drax Mason. That's too predictable. I saw a comment saying a few people. It's not Drax Mason. Too predictable. It's not Soda Pop Smith. Soda Pop Smith is injured at the moment, because if you look on Twitter, he's actually injured. Pete Corvus is not it, because Pete Corvus is not that scrawny. Someone actually said that was Pete Corvus. And yes, Soda Pop Smith did play the part of the Ultimate Warrior, but you can tell by comparing and contrasting past Warriors, they're switching the character to confuse you. Jay Medic is probably a possibility. I mean, it'd be a shocker, but it's very unlikely considering he and Ace Marksman are part of SWAT City. By the way, they might also be joining RCW as well. Ace Marksman, who also recently won a mid-card Money in the Bank for VGW, which is kind of cool. Which I think he's going to cash in on Doo-Hop at GTS Random Runs Rampant, which I made, by the way. So that was my official review of GTS Giant Sack of Heat and Battleballs. Hope you enjoyed. And Lucas, Nate, you better keep your eyes peeled, because I'm trying to do some triple deckers today. I'm going to be making Summerfest and King of the World review. I know you guys are excited, especially you, Lucas. I know you're excited about my King of the World review. Lucas Hackett loves the reviews on the channel. It's great. I like how he likes our reviews. Oh, and I gotta review Macau's Royal Rumble as well. I haven't reviewed that yet. Man, I'm behind on my reviews. Sorry, it's just been Beats Blast, guys. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I will see you in the next review, which hopefully will be out today. I love you guys. Thanks for watching as usual. Smooches, kisses, and hugs, and, you know, lots more things. Love you guys. I will see you later! Eating